Okay, we're sorted out, and I've got the hair tie on there to keep it from unraveling all over, and we'll get some out here so we can get started. And here's our end here. So it doesn't matter where we start, so we will just pick here. Just going to grab right here. So we're going to be working with these two. So we're going to go under one of these connecting stitches between the two rings and where the legs are formed. And we're going to just leave a very, very long tail for this. And this is, both of these are from Dollar Tree, but this one is much, much thinner. So I am going to end up here. I think you can see how much thinner that is. I should probably go back out. Shouldn't I? Yeah, there. So we're going to end up having to make more stitches in order to cover the ring properly. But it will still work. So, I lost my tail. Oh, here it is. Alright, but we need a long tail for working the end, attaching our beads and sewing in ends and so forth. So I'm going to leave, that's probably, I don't know, I'm going to guess about 16 inches or so, maybe somewhere in there. So I'm just going to pull that under there, and I'm going to let my tail ride there. It'll be a little sloppy at first, but it's, I'll pull it after I do these first 3 stitches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to yarn over, because I'm going to be working now with all half double crochet stitches and some slip stitches later. So we're going to work our first half double crochet and second around both of the rings, and the third. If you have really, really super thin yarn and want to make your shell, top shell higher, you can make a 4th one. But I prefer, and what I've done here is I've tugged this to bring that into line. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull all of these tails, including this one, down under here. And it's not cooperating. There we go. All right. Okay. Let's do it this way. Down here. Back this and that. Just want it out of the way. Okay. So we have 3, 1, 2, and 3. And this one is not showing up as a stitch, so for this one only, I'm going to count that as not a stitch, and I'm going to work 1 more there. And we'll just not count that one, and then we have 3 obvious stitches that you can be able to work into, because we're going to need to use them later at the end of the round. Okay, now we work alone on, and we're still doing half double crochets on one ring. The ring that's, if you're right-handed, is going to be the ring that's on the left. So I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you will need at least 6 or 7 stitches. And for this you need to, should have done this first, go through and push all of them down, crowd all of the stitches down onto, here it's easier to show on this. Before you attach the first one, should have probably done this, is just crowd them together so that they're all, so that there aren't any gaps. Okay, so we're back and we have this all crowded down, and that leaves us more room for our stitches here at the top. So we have 6, and I think I'm going to do 7. I think that will work. Okay, for the next 3, and for this we need to get whatever this one is out of the way. There we go. We need to grab the next ring and put the 2 rings together and do 3 half double crochets. Okay, and if you find that that's not covering, then you rip these out and you go back and you work another 1 or 2 half double crochets on this top part. So now we're going to come down here and grab this loop from below and pull up a loop so that it is attached to the bottom part of the turtle. And now for this, what we're going to do is we're going to work slip stitches, not up here on the top here, but I do them by grabbing 2 of the loops of that first stitch and just do a slip stitch. And then for the next stitch, and it's not exact, sometimes you can't get exact, but do the best you can. 2, and do your third one. Come on, there, third one. And you see how that looks nice there. So now we'll do another 6 half double crochets on just the one ring. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we squeeze the two together, yarn over, and work around both rings. So we have 1, 2, 3. Now again, we come down here and pull up a loop. Okay, and then we go right up using those loops from the half double crochets we just did. There's 1, 2, and 3. And then we do our and I'm going to get off and come back when I get around to here. So we have gone all the way around, and now I'm going to show you what you do at the end of this. We're back here and we need to make 3 slip stitches down this edge here using the loops of those first 3 half double crochets. And we're just going to grab 2 and grab a couple there and grab the final ones. Okay. And then we're going to go back in where we came out of. Okay. And this is the way it looks. We are not going to cut the yarn yet because we're not done. So, and we still have our tails. And we have the long beginning tail. Okay. Now what we need to do is we need to work slip stitches all the way around like this. Okay. And what I found seems to work the best, you can do it either way. The way I was doing it originally was keeping the yarn on the outside, and you end up with this showing. And what I found I can work just as easily is to just bring this underneath here, and then it will show up. Where is it? Here. Right there is where we did it, and it's underneath and it doesn't show. So to do that, you just take your working yarn and bring it down into the hole, I call it. Okay, so we are going to start and make our first, and we're just going to go into all of these and make slip stitches by grabbing and going under those top 2 loops and working all the way around. Now another way you could do it, if you decided you wanted to do it that way, would be to go in here. You can do that also. You decide which one looks best to you and go all the way around doing that. So here, I'll do a couple more to show you how it looks when you do them. So I backed up, and I'm going to continue the way I was going with slip stitches around these outside edges like I did on this one. And here again, you can choose one of 2 ways. You can push the leg down and work over the top of it, going into the next stitch. But first we need to do this. We need to come up here and grab, when we're going over the leg, we need to grab one of these loops here and come down and connect them. Okay? See, I pulled it down. I did the same on this one. I'll show you what it looks like if we do it the other way. It will make the legs be out a little bit more. So it's your choice, your design. We'll go into here. I have the yarn going under the leg and around the leg. There. And this has the effect of pushing the legs out rather than having them stay underneath like this one does. This will have the effect of making the legs go out more. So your choice, whichever design looks best to you. So we'll go back and we'll do it this way over the leg. I think for most of my other ones I was capturing the leg, and somehow on this one I accidentally did it differently, and I kind of like him standing up like that. Okay, when we get around to the neck, you can do one of 2 things. You can continue like this, and this will push down on the head. You can do that, or what I did on this one, I simply went right into each with the yarn underneath. I went into the there, and one across that way. So it's up to you which way you want to do it. Either way will work. And you just continue on around like that, doing the same thing that you did here for the slip stitches that are across the neck. You do the same for the ones here. Whichever way you treat them, do the same. And once I've gone all the way around, I will come back and show you the finishing up things. And you can see it's working very well, threading it through the hole. It's not impeding anything. So I will get off and come back when I've gone all the way around. So I have finished, gone all the way around, and we're going to do another very long tail here. And we will okay, and we need to finish off. So this is the end of round 3. We need to finish this off by, you can put it on any hook for this part, or any needle for this part of it. All we're going to do is just do a okay, we're gonna do an invisible stitch here. We're gonna go under this first one. See, it'll form a stitch. And down. Okay. And what I want to do with this now is I'm going to come over here and go back up and connect there. And then I'm going to go back down here. Whoops. There. So it makes it look more finished. That's the only purpose, because this one comes down like that. Whoops, I didn't catch this one. I skipped it. But with this tail, I can fix that. So what we will do now is we will get rid of that, and we need our, whoops, we need our needle that allows us to go through the beads. So we're going to put this on, which one's closer? Let's see here. The one I skipped is here. This is, I guess they're both about the same. Doesn't matter. So we're going to string on a bead, and these are Dollar Tree beads, so I like to check them to make sure they're not rough or anything. And we're gonna go from here and just go underneath there. And pull it snug but not too tight. And now we're back around to this one, and we want to go underneath here. Whoops, we got to put a bead on first. We're going to go underneath there. And while we're over here, we're just going to do our connection. And we will go back down. Whoops, get my head in there. There, to secure it. And now I should be able to come back up and go back into here. There. And now I can go through again. And I'm going to go just a little above where I came out before, so hopefully it won't come undone. There. And we grab another bead. If I hadn't had to fix this, I would have just gone through and grabbed another bead, just like I'm doing here. And go through and grab another bead. And you've gone all the way around for this part of it. So now all we need to do is secure it. And to do that, I'm just going to go up and over. And I am in position, and I think I have enough yarn to go ahead and do the final one. And I usually do this back to front, front to back with the final bead for the top. Now you don't have to do these beads. You can do some other design. I have run them from here to here across each other. It's totally up to you how you work this. And I'm just going to go through pretty much in the center for both of them. And then I'm just going to go back down across here. There. And down this way. And back up on the other side. Right here, I'll go through. And, oops, and then back up. And since I am done with that one, I can now cut it. I won't need it again. And this one has only been gone under this one was only under a couple 3 stitches. So we're going to put that one on just a regular needle and run it through a few more to secure it, and then we can cut it off. This will cut some of it off because it's all frayed now. So, find where it is here. It's another nice thing about it being very flexible. And turn this inside out, and I can go under here. Oops. So I've gone under there, and I will go under there and then back across here, part way anyway. And then I can cut this one. Okay. And now it is basically done. All that needs to happen is this needs to be reinforced to make it so it'll not keep flipping back like that, so that his eyes are turned over. So I'm going to take my one that I know will fit in the eyes. And I've tried, it does not work to try to, yeah. There we go. It doesn't work to fold this over on this hook or needle. So I need to come over here and through and into the head. There's a little foot out of the way. There. Okay. And you can come up. Another thing about doing the Tunisian is you've got nice thick thick stitches. If you did decide that you wanted to work with making yarn, like French knots, you've got a lot of stitch and yarn underneath here where you can attach it without it being real obvious. So what I'm going to do here, because I've got a lot, is the first thing I'm going to do is come up here and kind of pull. So I'm creating this kind of a curve, bringing those stitches together and making it so it's less likely to turn. And I'm going to secure that by going back this way and doing it again. Okay, see how I made that so it's less likely to flip all the way back. So now I'm going to just take a little stitch there to secure it. Oops, I got... There. Okay, so now I'm going to come up here and get in position for the eyes. And you have to decide on placement, what looks best to you. And again, these are 8mm eyes with a slot on the back, so you can sew them on. So you just pull it through. And then I bring it all the way down and see if I like that position, if I want it right there, if I want a little bit over, or what I want. And I think I like it right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right back down see it's coming out there. I'm going to go down on this side and bring it over, the yarn over to the other side and get it ready for there. Okay, try to make it even. Okay, this one is a little bit bent in, and I found that if I take, oops, dropped it. I get a, here, this needle there. So I've bent it so that it's back up where it's supposed to be. So now I'll be able to get it on there pretty easy with the yarn and the needle going through. Oh yeah, that went through real easy. Okay, so I bring it down and check the placement. See if I like that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So I will just go back. I'm going to actually go into that stitch to secure it. And I'm going to go back under this eye and across so that I can pull this one down. Okay, and you can look at how they're placed and decide if you like how they're placed. They're too close together, too far apart. It doesn't really matter a whole lot, but you can adjust it. And I always go back through with a second stitch on both of the eyes. To totally secure it. And I've gone undo underneath there. So I'm going to come over and I'm going to grab this one from the other side and turn it so I can see what I'm doing and go into the slot on that one and tighten him totally down. And that's not wanting to come through. Okay, got through. You can also choose to, okay, I've got both of them done, and I want to bring the yarn to the bottom, secure it by doing stitch into the yarn, and then you notice the nose is still curling up, so you can adjust it and make it decide that it wants to curl under just a little bit. You don't want to go all the way to the tip, but and there. I think that looks good. So then we can just bring it back. Oops. I didn't mean for it to come off. I want to secure it just a little better so the nose will stay. There we go. And I'm going to give it a little pull to make sure the nose curves. And then I'll come back through and just go across to secure it. And now we can. And while we're here, if you can look and see if your neck has holes or didn't turn out the way you'd like it, you can adjust those stitches now. Okay, but I'm satisfied with this end. We still have one more tail, and we can use that tail. It happens to be back here by the tail. I notice this tail is curling up. If you like that, that's fine. If not, this is right nearby, and it can be used to adjust your tail if you want it to be shaped differently, or if it's got something abnormal about it. Cut it off. Make it a little easier. Actually, I don't need that one. I can use a regular one with a bigger. It's easier to do. Okay, so we will further get this one, this tail secured, and we'll go ahead and make a little bit of an adjustment on the tail that wants to curl up. Or if it seems to be uneven on one side or something and you want to fix that, you can. And if I just give it just a smidgen of a pull, it's not flipping up quite as much. It's a little more stable. And we'll just go through. And here's another where you can kind of reshape the tail if yours didn't turn out quite the way you wanted it. You can make it slimmer or do whatever you need to bring it into turtleness. So I'll bring this back and there. So bring your tail the way you want it and then secure it by going back through a couple stitches. All you need, whoops, there. So that is all there is to it. I guess this one's a little girl turtle since she's pink. Oops, didn't get that. There. So, and you can see her feet are staying under her, and she looks like she's gonna walk away. And they are very, very flexible. If you want less flexibility, then you would use the rings for the, what are they called, curtain rings or something like that. They're just plastic rings you can buy at Joann's in the sewing section. Got two little turtles. All this stuff out of the way. Extras. And we'll go out just a bit. There. And something looks like from the side. And you can fidget with them and pull on them and turn them inside out, whatever you want to do. And you can leave off the beads if you choose. The first several I did, I hadn't thought of the beads, but I think they're a nice addition. So that's how you make a fidget turtle.